Hello, everyone, and welcome to this series of discussions with NGO entrepreneurs. Through these discussions, I want to get to know the people behind the change, the organizations that are truly making an impact. I would dare to say that not all NGO organizations actually do what they say they will do, and it can leave patrons and people wondering if their contribution will actually help make a difference. So I'm dedicating this series to the real heroes, their organizations, and their philanthropic work. As an NGO entrepreneur myself, I know firsthand the challenges and the victories throughout the journey. And I hope these conversations help shed light on the important work of NGO entrepreneurs. So I'm excited to introduce my first guest. This is Grace Adiepena from Ghana. Grace is a philanthropist, an NGO entrepreneur, a midwife, and a counselor. She is the founder of A to Z Quality Health Foundation, founded in 2010. Their mission is to establish, coordinate, and foster linkages between all health promoting institutions, locally and internationally. Their mission is to be involved in solving the country's health crisis in Ghana and to promote maternal and infant health to improve family life. Ghana, thank you, Grace, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to be with you again.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'd like to start with what was your inspiration back in 2010 to start A to Z Quality Health Foundation?
thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. Back 2010, I had a dream to establish my NGO, that's non-governmental organization, because of the passion that I have for my work as a midwife. And I've been taking care of pregnant women and their babies, and sometimes I use my own meager salary to care for some of them. And I think if I'm able to establish the NGO, I'll be able to get people to assist me in many ways so that I can take care of those less privileged in the community.
Mhm.
So 2010, I founded my NGO, the name A to Z Quality Health Foundation, and it was fully registered on the 8th of November, 2011.
Mhm.
So that is
Congratulations.
how, thank you, thank you.
It's a huge accomplishment
Yes.
to get that far and then you've been running now. So for 24 years, you've been in operation.
Mhm,
Yeah, great. So
mhm.
tell us about the programs you have facilitated through your organizations. I know that you've done a lot of contributions when there are different types of natural disasters. You extend yourself out to the communities. Tell us a little bit about those programs.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been doing a lot of health programs. We do cervical cancer awareness program. That is, we go to churches to give health education talks to the church congregation. We go to schools to teach the younger ones how to have a safe sex or protect themselves from getting this infection. And we also visit a lot of places, marketplaces. We do screening for people at our facility. We also visit churches to do screening for them. And we do pap smear, we do VIA, which is visual inspection with acetic acid, to
Mm.
see if there is any change around the cervix. We also do breast cancer prevention programs by giving talks at the OPD, churches, schools, marketplaces. And then I also do prison visitation. I visit prisoners to do donations. And then I also have a talk with them that there's more hope for them. They shouldn't lose hope, or there's more hope for them. And sometimes I preach about the word of God just to bring life into them again. And then recently too, there was a flood in my constituency. I went there to do a donation to the flood victims. I mean, I do a lot of things, and sometimes I do renewal of health insurance for people who come to the facility, and sometimes I do pay patients' bills, those who have nobody, the less privileged, those who have nobody to care for them. I try in my own small way to help. Yeah, so these are some of the things that we've been doing so far.
Amazing work. And all of these
Yeah.
programs, how are they supported? Is this through contributions, donations? Do you offer these programs for free?
Yeah.
Mhm.
For the donations, it's from my own pockets.
Mhm.
And then they have programs like the talk and the other things. That one is my own sacrificial things. But with the screening aspect, sometimes the people pay a token tax to the hospital. When I organize with the hospital, you pay money to the hospital.
Mhm.
But the health talks and then the other donations, the prison visitations, that one I do it on my own, from my own pockets.
Wow.
Like the recent donation that I went to do to the flood victims, I did it from my own pockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a team there that work with you, volunteers or
Yes, I have
with the
volunteers.
screenings and
I have volunteers. Whenever I'm going out, I do go with my volunteers.
yeah.
Yeah.
The team is so important to be able to fulfill
Yes.
the mission, the vision, the
Yes.
dream
Yes.
to make
Yes.
that impact. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about some of the challenges you faced in accomplishing your mission and carrying out your programs, your screenings.
Yeah, the challenge is it boils down to finance
Mhm.
because you cannot do it alone.
Mhm.
Always you need people to come around and support you with financial, but the main challenge is financial constraint. I could remember some years back, I had another partner from US that is for African Incorporation. There is an NGO. They came and helped me. They sent me clothing. I went and donated to villages, to the less privileged in schools and other places. But for some time now, there's no help coming from anywhere. I have been trying on my own to do everything for my meager salary.
Mhm.
So finance and support have been the major problem for NADA, as I should have gone out and do a lot of program, is being limited.
Mhm.
Even recently, I was saying I needed support to do cervical cancer screening for women in churches. But since there is no money and they cannot afford to pay for it, so I only give the education talk and then not able to do the screening for them. So I'm soliciting for funds in many ways to be able to reach out to the women in various places.
I know we've talked many times before, and you've mentioned that the landscape there in Ghana, everything, there's just a vast amount of space between one hospital to the next, from one community to the next. So it can be very difficult for people to get to the care that they need in time. Um, Talk to us a little bit about how that works.
Okay, yeah. Apparently, the area is a deprived area that lacks a lot of things. There are no health facilities in the area, no hospital, and the roads too are very bad. And still there are schools under trees. School children, when they go to classroom, they will be lying on the floor before writing, no tables, no chairs. It's in a very devastating area, you know. As I'm saying right now, last time I went there during my campaign tour, there was a woman in labor because there is no hospital. They carried her from a distance to the hospital, and on the way, she delivered in the car and the baby died,
Mm.
which was so sad. So because of all these things, I'm trying to go to the parliament and be able to lobby for a lot of development to go to that area. So I hope if I'm able to get there, there'll be funds allocations for those development projects.
Mhm.
And I can be able to lobby through NGOs and other philanthropists so that we could be able to develop the area.
To work
So
together for that.
yeah, yeah.
So just to give us the concept of a context of how many miles or kilometers between one hospital and the next.
From one area to where the hospital is could be about, let's say 3 to 4 kilometers.
Okay.
Yeah, very far.
With rough roads that really
Very bad
take a long
road,
time to
rough road with
yeah,
potholes. You
yeah.
can imagine the stress that a pregnant woman goes through when they are in labor.
Mhm. Um,
Mhm.
Okay, so let's also like talk about your victories because it's so important when we are doing this work and fulfilling our mission that we acknowledge the victories, the successes that we have within our work. So talk to us a little bit about the things that you've been really excited about, happy about, proud of that your organization has been able to fulfill.
Okay. One of the success stories is the recent flood that happened in Ghana, that the dam was open and a lot of people's houses and properties were taken by the river. I was able to organize myself to the area and I did a donation of clothing, shoes, soap, rice, and a little amount of money that I donated to the people. They were really, really happy that I thought of them and I traveled all the way to the village to do such a donation to them. And then sometimes when people come to the facility and they have nobody to care for them, if I'm able to offer a helping hand, I feel so happy and connected. One thing about me is anytime I help somebody, I feel so connected. I feel so happy that if someone is in trouble, I'm able to extend a helping hand. So that is my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is the drive that
Yeah.
continues to allow us to have the strength to
Yes.
continue year after year, despite the challenges, the financial
Yeah.
difficulties, that when you help that one person, and then that is a ripple effect into helping so many other people or saving that
Yeah.
person's life and the
Yeah.
community, it really it fills you with that strength to keep going.
Yeah. And then there was a lady too who lost the parents, both
Mm,
the mother and the father in the same week. So she was attending school. She became a school dropout. So I went to her and I found out if she would continue the school again. But she said no, she will learn hairdressing. So I took it upon myself and she started the work. I took care of her. I paid everything to the master. And just last year, she passed out successfully. So you could see that she has also gotten something to do for herself.
mm,
And I'm so happy that I was able to help such people when they were in need.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're such a compassionate soul. Grace, you really are an earth angel here doing amazing work. Um, Tell us, do you have any additional initiatives that you or and plans that you have for A to Z Quality Health Foundation for this year, for the future?
Yeah. I have a lot of plans for A to Z Quality Health Foundation. As I was saying, I am soliciting for funds to do cervical cancer screening for women in the area because about two people that I knew, one was my relative, died out of cervical cancer. She was sick and I brought her to the city and we did a biopsy and it was diagnosed at cervical cancer stage 4. So before we even started the treatment in our teaching hospital, that's in Kolebu, she less than a month she passed on. So you could see that the people over there have no idea about even the disease. So when I started educating people, they were really, really happy that I've come down to educate them. So I'm planning to do health screening for the people on cervical cancer and breast cancer. I'm also planning to set up a sewing factory for the youth. So I'm soliciting for funds from any part of the world that could donate sewing machines, materials for such a project, which will help to liberate the youth, because most of the youth, they are not schooling, they are not doing anything. So most of them have started going into a lot of social vices. But if they are able to learn some work or like artisanship, they'll be able to take care of themselves and their families. And then I also plan to get some funds to give to the women so that they can be trading a little to take care of their families. So I have a lot of plans for the area, and I'm also soliciting for funds to be able to assist to restructure some of the schools that are still under trace. You could imagine. And then in the future, if I happen to get a lot of NGOs to partnership with me, we could build health centers, hospitals, and other developmental projects in the area. So these are some of my future visions.
Yeah, great. Wow. And so needed. It's so necessary there to make
Mhm.
to help these
Yeah.
communities for education, for health.
Yes.
Yes. And so I know you are running for parliament in Ghana this year,
Mhm.
and you would be the first woman since 1992 to take this seat,
Yeah.
which would be incredible. And so tell us that you've been talking a little bit. I know these are some of your initiatives for, being in office, what you would want to carry out. So talk to us a little bit more about your initiatives and how you foresee yourself in this role.
Thank you for the opportunity given to me. As I was saying, since 1992, it's all the men that have gone to contest on that seat, but I'm the first female who is contesting on that seat now. So the people, they really need a change. They are crying for a change, and they said it's woman that they want. So when I went around to sell my vision and ambition, they all bought into it, and they said they are going to vote for me massively. So right now, I have a lot of plans for the people, especially the youth and the women groups. The youth, I want will initiate programs like brilliant but needy children scholarships so that they can go to school. Those whose parents are not even having money will be able to take care of them to continue their education. Those who will be ready to learn work like hairdressing, sewing, and other things, they'll be able to learn it, and then we'll take care of all those things. And then we are also planning to build schools for them, to lobby for their roads to be constructed. And then uh, I want to also found there'll be a fund for less privileged children, disabled children, those that are born with disability. There should be a fund that could take care of such children too in the future. So I have a lot of plans, and the area too is a farming community. So if I'm able to get the farmers some waiting boots, some cutlasses, some weedicides to assist them so that they can also be able to farm and take care of their families, I think it will be of a good thing to help the people who are living in such a deprived area. So it is my hope that I'll get people to come on board to push me financially so that I'll be able to win the seat and take care of the people in the area.
Yes, I know.
Thank
I'm
you.
rooting for you. I'm rooting for you on this. I know you would be fantastic in this role, and the people in the community would benefit so much from having you as their parliament representative. And so, yeah, I'm I'm with you on this year.
Yeah.
So thank you again for being here, Grace. I'm going
Yeah.
to link Grace's information, her A to Z Health Foundation, the website where you can go see more of Grace's work. And if you are interested in donating to her sewing project, we're looking for machines, for materials, for sewing supplies. And this will be brought to the youth and the women down in the different 7 zones where Grace is located near her in Ghana. So I will link all of that down below, and please reach out to us if you'd like to be involved, contribute, or donate in any kind of way. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I'm loving this series that I'm doing to get to know people and get to know their hearts and their passion behind their work, such as Grace. Grace, again, you are truly a compassionate soul. We need more people like you in this world. When I first met Grace, her energy, her light just is so bright. It just I felt it all the way here in New
Yeah.
York.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we've been in contact, since. So I just thank you so much for the work you do and
Thank you.
continue on. And thank you all out there for helping those that are out on the front lines to help make our world a better place. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank-
Bye.
Bye.